Have you ever wondered where your coffee mug came from? Was it mass-produced or made by hand? For more than 6 generations, the Bullock family has used their hands to produce thousands of unique pieces of pottery. Pots, plates, pitchers, mugs, and more. This rich heritage began in Seagrove, the handmade pottery capital of the United States. Bullock and Traditions Pottery carries on that art form in the Blackberry Valley of western North Carolina at 2 locations in Lenoir and 1 in Blowing Rock. Today, the Bullock family still practices the same techniques as their ancestors, the renowned Owens family of Seagrove.
Actually, she's a 5th generation potter and I'm a 5th generation sawmiller, so we met at Tommy's Drive-In Grill in Asheboro in 1962. And we married, 3 months later?
3 months, yeah, 3 months.
So we both quit our jobs and went to work for her dad in the pottery after we married, so we've been together all these years.
My great-grandfather started in Seagrove, so of course I grew up in it, along with, there's 8 in my family, so we all do pottery in one way or another. It's just in my blood, I guess.
I wanted to learn more, so I sat down with Janet Calhoun, Glenn and Lula's daughter.
In the early 1800s, there was 2 German brothers that settled in Moore County of North Carolina, mostly for the clay source. So the Owens family, throughout the generations, each generation has taken an interest in doing pottery. So it's changed a lot over the years, but we still throw pots and do things like they did, like our grandparents and the ones before them did.
Most potters nowadays just buy it already in a plastic bag, refined and ready to use. But we fix our own clay.
Just for years, we've always done it the old way, which is we go dig the clay up, put it in a shed, pulverize it, and then we'll take other clays already pulverized and mix our own recipe for our clay. And we mill it through an old brick mill that's about 150 years old. Having our own clay recipe and our own glaze recipe gives us colors that you may not see everywhere because they're not commercial glazes and clay. You start with a lump of clay and at the end you sell it to somebody and they'll see you later and they'll say, I think of you every morning when I have my coffee. And that's just gratifying.
Inspired by all this beautiful pottery, I had to try my hand at the wheel. Okay, Janet, you've got 50 years of pottery making expertise, and I have about half a second. So tell me what I'm doing. What are we gonna start with?
Well, the first thing you have to do is get it on the wheel and get the clay centered to the wheel.
Literally just gonna
throw it.
Oh, nice.
And then mash down on there pretty tight. And remember, it needs water. That's what gives it life. So you're going to continually put some water on there, and we'll go ahead and turn it on.
And now,
so you want to take control of that clay.
Okay. Ooh.
So just put your hands down there and start pressing. And if you kind of cup it, like come in from the outside.
It's wanting
there you
to
go.
leave. Oh, okay.
Feel it kind of truing up.
I'm making
Let's
a
get
mess.
some more water.
Okay. Do you ever feel like you're in the movie Ghost?
No, not at all. It doesn't happen.
I may not possess the pottery gene, but Janet's granddaughter, Ellie Stanberry, sure does.
I like that every piece you make is always going to be different. It's never going to be the same. They're always going to be unique.
Janet's grandsons are also carrying on the clay legacy.
Well, this is Teddy Roosevelt. I made him at the fair. He took a little longer because the monocle kept him messing up. And this is a pilot. His crew threw him into the volcano because they didn't like him or something like that, I don't know. This one's a dog. This one's a pig. It lost an ear. This one's a turtle. It's really fun to do because I hope I'm an 8th generation potter.
Bolick and Traditions Pottery is at 1155 Main Street in Blowing Rock. Bolick Pottery is at 4884 Horace Bolick Road in Lenoir. For more information about both venues, go to bolickandtraditionspottery.com.